Hello, warriors. Welcome to this brand new week. I woke up this morning and I was just thinking the list is too long of the things that I have to do. I have targets that I need to hit. I have people I need to speak to. I have things I need to do. But it's very easy to just hit the road and thinking that it's just all about you or all about me. But no, the same way I have my list is the same way everybody has their own list. So, my call to action to you today, warriors, is as you go out today, I want you to understand that people are under pressure. Things are really tough. And everybody has their own long list of things that they would like to achieve today. So as much as yours is important, think of all the other people's priorities and lists. They might behave the wrong way because they're chasing. So be nice as you go out there today. Abundant blessings to you. All right. I know you've planned your week. I know you want to get a lot of things done and you're chasing to maybe hit targets, especially as we get into the end of the year. I want you to think of one thing. The world is not at peace at this point, and we all can do something. Do not neglect the fact that you are powerful yourself. You can do something. You can help to bring peace. You can help to bring some kind of comfort to someone in the corner who is struggling. So who could this be? Think about the floods. Think about all the natural disasters. There are so many ways to give. There are so many ways to support these guys. There are so many ways to volunteer. If you can't do anything, you can actually pray and hope that it goes well with them. I want you to think about it this week, warriors. Till the next one, abundant blessings to you. Here's another quick one for you, warriors. This one is on consistency. For most of us, we start the year, we have our New Year's resolution, we have what we think that we want to achieve for that year, and we start pursuing it vigorously. And then we get distracted, we find something else that's really shiny, and then we pursue that. And then before you know it, there's something else to pursue that. And before you know it, you are at the end of the year and you're wondering, where has time gone? Why am I where I am today? It's because of lack of consistency. So as you begin to plan on what you're going to achieve or what you want to do in the next year, I want you to keep a close eye on this, because that's how we get robbed of success that we are almost getting hold of. So whatever you're going to decide to do, become consistent with it. Start doing it consistently. Look for ways to succeed in it consistently until you get to the end. If you can't, then look for ways to fix it. Until the next one, abundant blessings. Let's talk about winning in the midst of the noise. So in the world we have today, you have so many things happening. There's a lot of political news, there's a lot of war, there's a lot of all these things happening. And there's a lot of nice tools that we can have and spend the whole day on it. Even here, right here on TikTok, you can spend the whole hour watching videos and videos and videos. But I want to put it to you that the people that are going to win and rule in this future, in the next generation, are people who are focused. Are you going to spend some time stepping away from all these distractions, stepping away from all this noise, and at least try and make your own noise? Because that's what's very crucial. If you're not going to focus, then you're not going to achieve anything. So I want you to start thinking of that as we go into the new week, and I'm wishing you all the best. I hope it works for you. Let me know and like our page. Abundant blessings to you. Have you got a game plan? Because I know that you have big dreams, you have things that you want to achieve. And most of us just go around waiting for those things to happen, waiting for luck to happen, waiting for prayers to happen, waiting to meet the right people before we take action. We cannot continue to live life like this. We've got to have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, then it's never going to happen. And who are you going to blame? So I know it's October already. I know that the year is coming to an end, but look, you can make this today your New Year's Day and you start fighting. The first step to that fight is to create a plan, create an action plan, so that when we get to the end of this week and start the next week, you're going to go to work. So create that plan and go for it. It's only when you go for it that you can succeed. Abundant blessings to you. So there's a reason why you're able to see me using the device that you're using. There's a reason why you've been able to travel to the places you have traveled. Whether you're using a car or the aeroplane or the boat, whatever you've used to travel, But there's a reason for that. It is because some people have taken up that responsibility to actually do their work. And so, warriors, what is your work? That's my question for you. What is your work? Have you thought about it? Because it's only when you do your work that your life will be worth it. What's going to change because you came this way? What's going to make the difference because you are here? Are you just going to allow it to just lapse? So, warriors, I want you to find your work and actually do it and make this world a better place. Abundant blessings to you. I want to talk to you about the grasshopper syndrome. You know, when the year starts, we have a New Year's resolution and we want to do great things and we set up strategies and steps to achieve them. But what happens for most of us is we then hit roadblocks and we step away and we think of starting something new. But warriors, I'm calling you to this idea of looking at those steps that you plan to take and looking at those goals and objectives that you set out for a year and going back to where it failed and trying to learn from whatever mistakes that you made in those opportunities. So I want to invite you to do that this week, because if you don't do that, that's how you're going to get to a month like November and you'll be wondering, where has the year gone? Try it and let me know. Abundant blessings to you. I wanted to ask you a quick question. What do you think is possible? Because I've termed this one, it's possible. What do you think is possible? You know, when you look at your life, when you look at the things that you're doing in your relationship and in your business and in everything that you do, what do you think is possible? Because everything we do is dependent on what we believe is possible. For some of us, it's about, growing our business. For some of us, it's about expanding our reach and creating brand new relationships and moving forward in the things that we do. But it can only happen if you believe that it is possible. So I ask you again, warriors, what do you think is possible? Because it's only when you think that something is possible that your brain will now begin to look for opportunities for you to achieve that. Think about it. Until the next one, abundant blessings to you. This one is on leadership. Years ago, so many leaders led by force. So they got people to force you to do what you didn't want to do or what they wanted you to do. But that era is long gone. In fact, in so many places, if you're found forcing people to do what they don't want to do, you get into trouble. So warriors, what's the solution? We have to first understand that we are all leaders, and therefore we must commit to education in leadership. How do we influence people instead of forcing them to do what we want them to do? How do we influence them to follow us? It's not something that comes by magic. It's not something that comes to you naturally. You need to commit to some form of education, some form of coaching to get you better, to get you in the shape that you can lead in such a way that people want to follow you. If you don't do that, it doesn't happen by magic. I'm hoping that this is very helpful to you. Until the next one, abundant blessings to you. For most of us, we're stuck. We are struggling because we have so many things happening around us that's against us. We have things to blame. We have our parents, we have the government, we have the economy, we have relatives, we have, all sorts of things and all sorts of people to blame. But I want to call you to the fact that the only first step that you will need to take before you begin to see progress is to take full responsibility. And that is by you making your move, by me making my move. So what are you going to do this week, warriors? Think about those things that you want to make progress at. And think about the moves, the steps that you personally can take. Begin to push those things. Maybe help will come. But if you don't make your move, then there is never going to be any help coming from anywhere. And you live a life of complaints instead of living a life of impact. Until the next one, warriors, abundant blessings to you. This one today is about principles. If you look around for wherever that they're manufacturing anything that's of any value, you find that there is a fence around it. You look at people who have wealth, there's always a fence around their house because what's inside is very valuable. And that's a good story about principles. What are the boundaries? Because you can't live a life where there are no boundaries. You have got to have boundaries. What I can do and what I cannot do. There's a famous saying that he who stands for nothing will fall for nothing. What do you stand for today? What do you stand for if you're a businessman? What do you stand for in your career? Think about it. Abundant blessings to you. This one is about vision. You know, there's a reason why before people build houses, before cars are made, you bring in architects and designers, and they look at it and they listen to you and they drop something just to show you what it's going to look like when it's done. That's what vision looks like. So I'm asking you today, what's your vision for your life? What's your vision for your business? What's your vision for your relationships? Because if there's no vision, there's nothing to wake up for. If there's no vision, there's no drive, there's no direction, there's no hope. There's nothing. So I invite you today, warriors, think about it. What's your vision for your life? What's your vision for your relationships? What's your vision for your business? Where are you going with your career? Because it's only when you do this that you have the zeal and the will to get up and go to work. Until the next one, abundant blessings to you. I believe that we all have three versions of ourselves. You know, the first one is the person who you are right now. The version of yourself that you're trying to change. You're thinking, oh no, I'm not doing very well in my business, I'm not doing very well in my relationship or in my career, and you want to change it. And there's a second one, which is you looking at some other people and you'd like to model the way that they're living their lives because you think they're doing amazing stuff. So why not just try and be like them? And then you start to walk and you start to model it, start to copy from what they're doing and hoping that you're going to arrive at their destination. But the problem with that is that those versions are taken. I'm inviting you to the warriors, to that version of yourself that's going to be a combination of your skills, your talents, your abilities that's been naturally gifted to you. Put those into work and you see that the third version will emerge. Until the next one, abundant blessings to you. This topic is called Do Something About It. You know, as we get on in life, we have situations, we have struggles, we have difficulties in certain areas. Whether you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to grow your business, you're trying to build your relationships, you're trying to become a better person. In all these situations, most times we resort to the lie that says, there is nothing I can do about it. But are you telling the truth? So warriors, I'm calling you to this action of sitting down with yourself, find some quiet place and ask yourself, what can I really do about these situations? And actually have a plan and start doing something about it. Warriors, do something about that situation. Because the more you watch it, the more you look at it, nothing is ever going to change. But when you start working on it and start changing things, everything is going to change. Until the next one, warriors, abundant blessings to you. This one is on relationships. You know, for us to succeed in life, for us to achieve anything that is tangible, we need to make sure that we have the right people around us. Things are tough, we have challenges, but you want people who are going to look us in our eyes and tell us the truth. We can achieve much more than we can, and we all know that. So who are these people that you have around you? Do you have people who are willing to pat you on the back and say, yeah, it's fine, it's going to be all right, it's not your fault? Or are you going to have people around you who are going to look you in the eyes and say, you really need to be doing more? I believe that you're more talented, that you can produce better results than you are currently producing. So think about this and look around you and make sure that you have those people who are going to challenge you and help you to achieve more. Until the next one, abundant blessings. I just wanted to remind us that whatever it is that's happened in past years, we can put those ones behind us and look forward to another year. A year that will only be successful if we have a plan. A year that will only be successful if we become intentional about the things that we would like to achieve. A year that's going to become successful if we are going to work on those plans. It's all up to you, it's all up to me to go to work and get things done. Are you going to take this challenge? I'm hoping to continue to publish these videos to inspire us, to encourage us, to push forward to that thing that we want to achieve. May 2024 go well for all of us. All the best and abundant blessings to you. This one is called Go to Work. Go to work. I spoke to one of my friends a few days ago and we were shouting how it's already February. This is February 2023. What were your goals at the start of the year? Where did you expect to be at this point in this year? what have you done about it? Or are you waiting for March, or are you waiting for September, and then you start hustling to meet your goals for 2023? I want to encourage you today, warriors, go to work on your goals. Go to work on whatever it is that you've planned to do this year. And if you haven't got any plan, you still have time to plan. Go and plan and commit to the execution of whatever it is that you've planned for this year. That's the only way this year is going to be a better year for you. Else, it will end just like every other year. And that's your life going. Think about it, warriors. Until the next one, abundant blessings to you. So today I'm going to talk to you about gratitude. As we move on with life, we find situations where there is need and we invest there. You do it, I do it. We find people who are in difficulties. We find people who are in need and we invest there. And that brings me to the question, how are you getting on with gratitude? If there's nothing else that you're going to have to focus on this year, let it be gratitude. Make time to say thank you to those people who have seen you through difficult times. Make time to even give back, because that's what creates the ripple effect that others get helped. Until the next one, warriors, abundant blessings to you. You know, most times you go out there online, there's huge scandals that's happening. There's a lot of news about something that's gone wrong for somebody. And we spend our whole day, our whole night looking at these things, trying to think or trying to contribute to what's going on, writing all sorts of comments, trying to criticize people for what they've done and what they shouldn't have done, and so on and so forth. But we fail to realize that those people are making their own beats, whether it's good or bad. What beats are you going to make, warriors? So this is a call to action today to invite you to make your own beats, whether it's good or bad. If it's bad, then you learn from it. If it's good, then we celebrate you. Else you spend all your life trying to criticize everybody else out there. Think about it. Abundant blessings. I'd like to talk to you today on staying on course with your dreams. At the start of each year, we have our New Year's resolutions. We set out what we want to achieve, but most of us don't write it down. First step is to write it down. Once you've written it down, I want you to start every day by reviewing those goals. When you've done that, you will see that it will help you to get to the next step, which is ensuring that every action that you take in the day aligns with your goals. Now watch out for distractions, because they will come to steal your goals. They will come to steal your time that you need to achieve those goals. Have the right people around you. Have the right people around you that will encourage you to move towards your goals, not people who will remove you from your course. Finally, every single day, I want you to end that day with reviewing your goals to ensure that you align with it. Until the next one, warriors, abundant blessings to you. This one is about choices. You know, these days there are so many things to choose from. Talk about phones, talk about cars, talk about means of travel, talk about religion, talk about the way we live our lives. But there is one that I want to highlight to you that is going to mean a lot towards your success. And that one is political choices. In some of the countries, especially Nigeria, where I come from, there is an election coming up. You have a huge choice to make. And it's in your hands, if you have your PVC, to go and make sure you're choosing the right person that's going to enable the blessing that's been put in your life to manifest. People who have capability and capacity to lead the country out of these situations, out of the war, out of terrorism, out of kidnapping, out of hardship, out of unemployment. It's in your hands to do. It's not about who wins and who loses. It's about the country, about survival of a nation, and about your success as an individual. Think about it. Abundant blessings.